I'm in a different country, but I was so nervous I almost fainted because I stopped breathing. I didn't want to make any sound. Everything was so silent between bowing, between the prayers, and yeah, that was a culture shock, actually. Very nervous. So I left feeling not too good, and I think I wanted to come back, but it took me a few months before I got the courage to come back, and I didn't want to go by myself, so I had to find another Muslim to go with. I kept coming to Friday prayers, and every time something wrong happened, either I wore my shoes into a room I wasn't meant to, or I wasn't wearing the right clothes. But yeah, I just was interested, and I liked the prayer, and then I went to the open day, and one of my friends was showing me around, and I took my first Quran. I think I took the Quran, or I just took pamphlets, and she said, she was showing me a post on how to pray, and she said, you have a lot to catch up on. And I went, no, I'm not going to be a Muslim, don't think I'm going to do that. Yes, but I think it was only a few months later that I became a Muslim. You know, in the Quran it says, he will guide who he wills. Well, I don't think I had any choice. I think I was Muslim a long time before I noticed I was, because I read a lot of books, and when I visited the mosque I used to go into the library, and I found this one called Jesus and Muhammad, and I read little things in there. I also believed that Muhammad was a messenger of God. I saw him as the same as Jesus. So I was having this internal conflict for a long time, and I took it to my friend. He was a Muslim, and I told him, look, I believe that, Muhammad was, I told him what I believed, basically. And he said, well, you basically are a Muslim. And I thought, oh no, what am I then? I've got to choose one, either stay a Christian or become a Muslim. And so I thought, well, to know what I really am, I think I have to go find out more about Islam again. So I think I started coming back to Friday prayers, and the more books I read, the more I sort of got this, I kind of could see myself being a Muslim. And I don't really know what the final push was. I think it's when someone offered to do my Shahada, because a lot of people asked me, are you a Muslim? And because I had so many Muslim friends, I said, no, I'm not, and I always stopped at but, because I thought that I was on the inside. Also, I think it was just a lot of things, lots of different experiences that just pulled me towards one place. For example, I liked Arabic, and I think the first words I learnt was La ilaha illallah, and I said, what's that again? I liked the sound of it. I could only hear la, la, la. I tried to copy him, and he said, La ilaha illallah. And he wrote it down. I used to sit there, just whole pages full, trying to write it in Arabic again and again and again and again. I'll show it to everyone, saying, look what I can do. I didn't know what those words meant, obviously, but I said it over and over and over again. Maybe that's one thing, saying almost the Shahada, half of it, without knowing it. Oh, luckily my mother came on Eid, and there was a barbecue in the Woodhall Gardens, and she basically found out within hours of arriving on the plane, and I guess she was just shocked, because I showed her, I said, oh Mum, look at these, and I pulled open my drawer where I used to hide all my prayer mats and things from my flatmate, and I pulled out prayer beads, all the white prayer clothes, and this beautiful carpet, prayer mat that had been given to me. And she said, well, are you changing? She wasn't happy. But luckily when she went and met all my Muslim friends down at the gardens, she noticed that they're all doing PhDs or just the academics, and she really was sort of happy with that, I guess. She said, oh, well, looks like they're looking after you and you're happy, so yeah. But my friends, especially one friend in particular, wasn't happy when I told her I'm a Muslim now. I said I'm going to put on the hijab soon. And she said, oh, but Melissa, your hair's so beautiful. And I said, well, that's why I have to wear it, you know. And I wanted to, and I used to do it backwards. I'd go into my room and lock the door, because I didn't want her walking in, and my flatmate, and I'd put on my hijab and sit at my desk with my hijab on, but when I go outside I'd take it off. It was backwards. I so wanted to wear it. I used to have to lock the door to pray, and I felt really bad. And I did Ramadan also behind my flatmate's back also. She had no idea. I told her I went out every night for iftar. Well, I said I'm going for a study group, which wasn't a lie really. I took my books with me and I studied here in the mosque. She said, oh, free food. She wanted to come. She said, are you doing any of the same subjects as me? And I said, well, I don't think you'd like these sorts of people, you know, it's kind of invitation only. But I used to bring her food back. She didn't know where it came from. There's heaps left. She said, how come they, you know, have so much left over every night? Man, she was just so quizzed about it. I think she saw my hijab sticking out of my bag once. She looked at it and kind of looked at me and looked at it and looked at me, and it didn't click, thankfully. I think I did a pretty good job.